Hello everyone. Good evening. I hope you're doing all good today. So welcome to class today. I hope you're doing all great today. So today I will not be showing my face. Yeah, we'll just walk through our lesson for today. I hope we are all doing great. So we are currently in the final month. We are currently in the final month of the Ladies in Tech Bootcamp, and yeah, hello, good evening, Ben. Doing all good. Hello, Wumi. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. So at the moment, we are currently at the final month of this program, and basically, what we'll be doing right now is your project. We are trying to see how we can get you to work on a real life project that will prepare you for the future, what's out there. So the first lesson you had this week was taken by Mr. Digbo, who is my co-facilitator, and he walked you through how to set up a Medium account. And for today, I'm going to walk you through how you can set up a WordPress account. Now, what is WordPress? WordPress is a content management system, okay, and on WordPress you can basically set up a portfolio on WordPress. So basically, what we'll be doing today, yeah, I'm going to show you how you can get started with WordPress. That's one, and how you can get an account on WordPress and how you can actually set it up. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm going to walk you through the process of getting a domain, how you can get a hosting account, and basically um, get to build up your own WordPress website. And then I have links to some resources, okay, that you would watch to help you start setting up your WordPress website. Okay, so Mr. Dikwo, I believe he showed you how to set up a Medium account and how to create some content. Now, what you'll be doing is once you have your content on Medium, um, you'd also create another form of content that you're going to paste on your blog, okay, which is going to be on your WordPress website. So you're going to optimize this content for SEO using Yoast, basically. So that's what we'll be doing. So without further ado, I'll jump right into it. So we're going to be using QServer. That's what we're going to be using for our hosting. We're going to be using QServer. We're going to get our domain and hosting from QServer. So this is the website qserver.ng. So if you do not have an account on qserver.ng, what you need to do is head over to qserver.ng and then sign up to create an account. For me, I already have an account on QServer, so I'm just going to log into my account. So this is what my account looks like. At the moment, I have 2 invoices, I have 1 service and 1 domain currently active. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you fill up the information and you get to your homepage once you log in. So QServer is a hosting platform that allows you to buy domain and hosting for website development. So there are quite a number of services you can get from QServer. But in this lesson, we are going to be looking at getting a domain and hosting from QServer. So this is my website. So this is the one I use as my portfolio to share what I do and all. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So we're going to be walking you through how you can set up something of this nature, or how you can basically get to a point where you can have your work online 247 so people can easily access it. Okay, so on QServer, what you need to do first is to get a domain. So you need to head over to register a new domain. So even if you do not have an account and you head over to register a new domain, they are going to actually prompt you to get a new domain. Now there are quite a number of extensions. You can see there are so many extensions here, and the prices of these extensions vary. So we're going to be using .com.ng for this tutorial because it's the least expensive. I think it costs less than than 3,000 naira, and you're going to be using this for a month. So let's get a let's just get a dummy domain name that we're going to use. Okay, so let's say we use um, LITB. Okay, so let's just use that. Ladies in Tech Africa. So let's assume we want to use this. So basically what you need to do, you need to use your name. So for me, I have my domain here using dots, which is sebastiansteve.com. So you can decide to use your name, your surname, because it's your website. Or if you want to set this up for a business, you want to use the name of the business. Okay, so what you need to do once you're done, you need to click on search to see if it is available for use. Now, as you can see, this is available. As you can see, it costs 2,100 for 1 year. So that's what it costs to basically use this domain for a year. So since this is available, I will click on continue. And what you need to do here, it says no hosting, click to add. Okay, no hosting, click to add. Now this is DNS management. It is free, which is for 1 year. So you want to actually check this. Then it says no hosting, click to add. So we want to add hosting. Because for you to set up a WordPress website, what you need is a domain and hosting. A hosting, as you can see, this hosting pack, it has what you will get is a 6 gig of web space. You're going to receive a bandwidth, 99 email accounts. These are basically what you get when you pay for this service. Now it costs 18,500 naira annually. So this is how much you spend for this website annually, and it costs just 1,850 naira monthly. So once you accumulate this, that's how it gets to this amount basically. As you can see, they also have other packs, which is the business pack, developer, and professional pack. Now, if you check, there are differences between all of these packs. So we're going to be moving with this. So yeah, here it says use a domain already in my shopping cart. Of course, I want to continue with this. Then I can click on continue. Now here, there is a disclaimer telling you some things that are not supported on this platform. So you want to read this to ensure that you're not into any fraudulent activity, or else QServer is going to bring down your site. So you want to make sure that you are not into any of this. You do not want to create a website for any of these services listed here. So as you can see on QServer, there's an option for you to pay monthly. There's an option for you to pay quarterly. There's an option for you to pay semi-annually and annually as well. So if you cannot really get the annual plan at the moment, I would recommend you opting for the quarterly plan. Okay, so you have time to work on this, and when it is close to the time for you to renew your subscription, you can just request and then renew your subscription. So basically, since we're just setting this up as a demo, I'm going to click on this monthly, and you can see this is what we are actually paying for the hosting plus VAT and every other thing. Now these are add-ons. You basically do not need this at the moment, so let's just click on continue. So this is, now you see we have now gotten to the part where we have to, as you can see, it says the domain now has hosting. Now I'm going to click on this. DNS management is free, so I'm going to add this. And this is what my cart looks like. Okay, now there are quite a number of payment methods. Now this is how much I'll be paying monthly. So this is what I'll be paying today, 4,246.24 naira. 24 kobo rather. So this is how much I'll be paying. This is hosting, this is for domain, and this is for VAT. Okay, you need to make sure that you have your details here if they are not here already. Now there are ways you can pay. Now you can click on this for pay stack, or you can pay using Flutterwave. Okay, once you're done, you click on I have read the terms. I've read and agreed to the terms of service. Then I want to pay with pay stack. I can click on the checkout page. Now this is going to take you to a page where you can generate an invoice and pay. Now as you can see, okay, let me just to be sure we're still in class. Okay, it's great everyone is following. So what you need to do is to click on this to pay now. An invoice has been generated, on my account, and once you click on pay now, it's going to display different payment options. Okay. So wait for it to load. And it's going to take you to a page where you can insert your card information. Basically, you're going to find out a couple of ways that you can pay. And once you make payments, you're going to receive an email from QServer telling you that your purchase was successful, and you're going to receive a couple of information which you will use to assess your hosting and your domain. Okay, can't see why this is taking too long, but it's not supposed to take this long. Okay, great. I can see everyone is following, which is nice. So while this is loading, we can come back to this later. But then once you make payment, okay, you're going to receive an email that looks like this. So this is my inbox. So this is one of the emails I received from a domain I purchased from QServer. Okay, let me see if it's still loading. So once you make payment, this is the email that you're going to receive. Your web space details for now. In our case, we are going to see the domain uh that we purchased hosting from, which is LITA. Um, Now, this is what the email is going to look like. Now, it's going to have your new account info. Once your domain has propagated, now this will be your FTP. Now, all of these things are not things you'll be using. We only have to focus on the cPanel because for most of these things, it's a bit more technical. What you'll be looking for is your cPanel information. So this is what you need. You need your cPanel information, which is your username and your Now, if you read through this email, it says that QServer provides instant web hosting activation. Your domain should be visible within the next 10 minutes of receiving this email. If by any reason the domain is not visible online, do not be alarmed. It is still propagating. This process is called propagation, and it takes between 24 to 72 hours after your domain. Sorry for that call. After your domain registration. So what this means is that once you purchase your hosting, yeah, you might not really be able to access your backend, which is your cPanel. Okay, now this is a cPanel of one of my accounts that I purchased from um QServer. So I'm going to log out so you can see what it looks like basically. So this is what you're going to see when you click on this link. Now, this is not active because I have disconnected my hosting account from QServer for this domain. So even if you try to use these logins, it's not going to work. But what would happen if you click on this link? It's going to lead you directly to a page that looks like this. And once you're on this page, wow, this is taking forever to load. Let me see if I can refresh it. Now, go to pay now. Well, we're going to come back to this. So what you need to do basically is to log in the username and password. Okay, now this is already saved on my system. Then when I click on login, it automatically gets me to my cPanel. Now this is called a control panel. Okay, what this is used for is simple. It actually helps you to manage any service that you want to actually manage. Now on your cPanel, you can create email accounts. You can check the files that are on your hosting account and a couple of other things as well. Okay, this is still loading. This is strange. Let me see if I can use another service. Probably that would work. Okay, click on continue shopping. So basically, you get how it works. At that point, you just need to click and make payment. And once you make payment, you will receive this email, like I said, and you can now access your cPanel. It's okay if you click on the link and it doesn't take you to the login page. Just give it some time. It's going to take you to the login page. Then you can now log into your cPanel account. Once you're in here, the next thing you would want to do is you head over to Softaculous, but then you head over to Softaculous, okay? Now on Softaculous, there are quite a number of ways you can get to Softaculous, okay? So you can either scroll down and here you see Softaculous. These are quite a number of scripts that you can install on your hosting account, but we want to install WordPress. So you can either click on WordPress or you can click on WordPress by Softaculous here by your left hand side. So we're going to click on this because we want to install WordPress. Okay, so what you need to do is to click on install, and this is the page that you will be now this is the page that you're going to see. Okay, so at this point, this is what you would see. You're going to see the domain name that you just purchased, but for my case I already have a WordPress account that is active on this domain right now, so I'm going to click on this. I created a subdomain. A subdomain is, more like a domain that you can create under your actual domain. So I created a subdomain. So this is the site name, the description, this is the admin username and password. Okay, so I want to, this password is not what I want. So I want to generate another password. Okay, I want to generate another password for this, and then I can change this to, my email address. So I'm going to use my personal email address. And once this is all set up, you want to make sure you do not change anything right here. And now all of these things are plugins. You can leave all of this. This can be done later on. And once you are now at this point, what you need to do is to click on install. Now this is going to take a while for this to be installed. Okay. Now that username and password, you want to keep it safe because you're going to use it while logging into your account. Now, as you can see, congratulations, the software was installed successfully. Okay. Now, what you want to do is, this is the URL that you're going to use to access your WordPress account. Okay, so you need to head over to the URL. For me, this is a subdomain web.hotstore.com.ng/wp/wp admin. Okay. Then once you click on this, it's going to take you to the back end where you can log into your WordPress account. Now, this is what your WordPress account looks like. Okay. Now it automatically took me to my WordPress account. Okay, it automatically took me to my WordPress account. But then I noticed that there was, will I call it a mistake somewhere, because now looking at my URL, I have WP and I have WP admin. So I think what I'll do is I'll have to delete this installation, okay, because it might cause issues moving forward. So I have to delete this installation. So I have to delete this installation and perform another installation once more. So I'm going to show you now. This is what I just installed. As you can see, this is the URL. It has this WP as an extension, which is something that I don't want. So I think it's great that this happened, so we can look at it right here. So once I click on this, I can easily remove the installation completely. Remove directory, remove database, remove sub-users, and remove installation completely. Now this is going to take a while, and I'm going to return back to WordPress management. Okay, now what I'll do right here is to click here to install another WordPress. Now what do I need to do? I need to remove this directory here, so that you can see it's showing me where this will be installed. So I just need to head over to this subdomain that I have here. But for your case, remember, for your case, you're not going to have this drop down. I created this, that's why it's here. And now I'm going to set the password. I now have a password, and like I said, what you just need to do is click on install. So let me copy this password. Well, okay. Okay, supposed to select this. So what I need to do is, now this is the username admin, and I have a new password, and I just need to make sure that all of this is set. This is the subdomain, and I'll click on install right away and update my password. Now, as you can see, it has been successfully installed. Now, once I click on this, it's going to take me to the dashboard that I want. So let me see if we are following. Okay, I actually paid for domain and hosting, not for the WordPress installation. Now that's something I can easily delete and install once more, because I realized that there was a mistake there. That was why I had to delete it. Now at this point, you can see I now have the URL I want. Now if I click on this to visit this website, this is what I will see. This is basically what it looks like. Sample page, nothing serious on it. This is what I have. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to head over to some basic customization. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to head over to plugins, and we're going to click on add new plugins. Now plugins are used to add functionality to your WordPress account. So what we want to install right now, I want to install a theme. So we're going to be working with Astra theme. Just search for Astra right here, and you're going to see Astra theme. Okay, we're going to install starter template. Now this is what we're going to be installing. This is Astra widget header and footer. Now this is what we're going to be installing. Starter templates. Now this is what we will be installing. Starter templates. Now I'm going to click on this to install this. Now this is a plugin. This is a plugin actually. Plugins are meant to add functionalities to WordPress. This is a plugin. Okay. Now let me head over to themes first. I think I was supposed to install a theme first before any plugin. So let's head over to theme first. So I want to install a theme before I install a plugin. I think that would be a lot more better instead of installing a plugin first. So I'm going to leave this page and cancel this installation. Because the theme we want to install works better with this plugin actually. Okay. Now at the moment, these are the themes that we have right here, and this is the theme that is active. Okay, so I'm going to click on here to add a new theme. So we need a theme first before adding plugins. Okay, I hope we are all following. Yeah, someone said she's lost. It's okay, and that's why we have this video here for you to go over, and I have a ton of resources that would make it very easy to understand what we're doing. Okay, So I believe we can all see my screen now. This is the team that is installed, but this is the team that we want. We want the Astra team. So the first thing to do when you get over to this dashboard, you head over to Teams, then you click on Add New, and then you click on Install. Now this is the team that we are going to use for this project. Now there are quite a number of teams, as you can see, there are quite a number of them, but this is the one that we're going to be using. We'll be using the Astra team for this project. So we just need to wait for it to install, and once it's installed, then we can, now it's installed, you can click on activate. Now once this is installed, you can see this is the one that is active. Now for some of these themes that you do not want, you can just click on view details and delete them from your WordPress because you do not need it at the moment. Now this is a pop-up. It says build your dream site in minutes with AI. Now it says let's get you started with starter templates. Now I'm going to click on this, and what this is doing, it is helping me to install a plugin called starter templates, which is what I was installing the first time. Okay, but it's helping me to install it once more. And if you do not see that pop-up, I'll show you how you can find that pop-up as well. So let me refresh this. Okay, seems to be taking a while. Let me head back to the website. And at this point, we now have our theme installed. The next thing we need to do is to head over to plugins. Okay, so plugins is here. You can click on install plugins to see the plugins that you have installed on your website. As you can see, the starter template is already installed. I can click on this to add new and then search for starter. Don't worry, this video will be here, and with this video you can easily find your way around and watch this video a couple of times and you'll be able to find your way around. As you can see, we have the starter template installed. There are quite a couple of templates here. So if we head over to appearance, okay, on appearance you head over to starter templates. You're going to find a ton of starter templates here. Now, these templates will make your life a lot more easier when building websites with Upwork. Now, how would you like to build your website? AI website, experience the future of website building. We offer AI features powered by ZipWP to help you build your website. Well, we want to use the build with templates because that's what we want to do. Now there are quite a couple of templates here. Now these templates here are made to make your life easy. Okay, now as you can see, if you want to build a website for a salon, you can find these templates here. Now if I click on salon, you're going to see some templates that you can easily add to your WordPress account and customize it for salons, as you can see. Now they are free and paid, so we want to search for a free template basically. So for you, what you will be building is you want to build a freelance website, okay, that you can use to promote yourself as an entrepreneur basically, or a digital expert basically. So you want to have such kind of a website where you can easily showcase your skills, the things that you have done as well. Now this here is a personal portfolio website, and this here is a template for a copywriter. Now you'd want to search for templates like this, and once you find one that best fits what you want to do, you can install it. So let's click on this to see what this looks like. So you can easily perform a number of customization, pick a color palette here. So it's still loading. Now this is what it looks like. I'm a web developer, Natalie E. Watson. So you can see about me, what are my services, and you can also see the about page, see what the about page looks like. Okay, this is what she does. You can check the contact us page, and this is what this template looks like. So once you install this, what you just need to do is to go in and perform some customization on it, and it becomes your own. So let's take a look at this here. This is for, I think the name is Brian. Yeah, Brian. Now, Brian says he's a freelance copywriter, so you can as well use this template because it's more tailored to what you might want to do. Now, this is what it looks like. And what you can do here is you can change the color palette, as you can see. If you do not like the way this color looks, you can change it to what you would want. So I think I love this. I love the way this looks. You can check here to see the works, testimonials. So already you have a glance of what this looks like. So what you just need to do is to click on continue, and you want to select a page builder. So select feature, you need a page builder. So you need a contact form, e-commerce, you do not need this automation integration. You might really not need all of these features for now. Now you can just click on continue. Tell us about yourself. I think I already have all of this, so you can just fill this up. And once you fill this up, it's going to take you to a point where you have completed this, and you're going to give them your email. They already have my email already, so that's why I didn't want to move through to the end. So what you need to do is to complete it, and what would happen is they're going to send you emails if they are relevant information about the service, the software that might be helpful to you. So I want to keep here to skip this process. Oh, I think I still have to do it. I still have to fill up all of these things. Um, so for me, I would say I am an expert, but for you, you can put I am a beginner. I'm building this for myself. Share non-sensitive data, advanced option. So this is your choice if you want to keep this on or not. It's your choice. Now click on this to submit my website, and it's going to take a while for this theme to be installed. So once this installation is complete, we're going to head back to the website and see how it looks. Okay, we're going to see how it looks. So now this theme comes with a number of plugins and widgets, and all of these things will be imported automatically to make it very easy for you to start customizations. So let me see what the chat is saying. Now, if you join late, you might not actually be able to or you might not understand what we're doing right at the moment. But then, since we have a replay, you can always go back to it. At the moment, I am on WordPress. I'm trying to install the plugin, so that way, once it's installed, we can now see that the plugin is active and we can work on it. As you can see, it is importing all the files into our website. So once this is done, we can basically run through it and then see what the installation looks like. Now, as you can see, congratulations. Now, you can click on this to visit your website or visit the dashboard. So let's head over to the dashboard first. So from the dashboard, you can head over to our website. Now, this is what our website looks like at the moment. Now, this is what the website looks like. Installing this um, installing the plugin, installing the starter template. This is now what we have on our website. Now at this point, it's now time for us to start customizing this website to add necessary pages that we would want to basically make it our own. So I'll just walk you through some of these features here and tell you what they do. So this is the home. Once there is any updates, now this is the home page, which is actually going to take you to um, this page that we have here, which is the home page. It's going to take you to this page, and once there is an update, because over time there are updates with WordPress, once there's an update, it's going to show here, and you can easily update your WordPress website. Now this is your theme. Okay, this is your theme, Astra. This is your theme, Astra. These are all of the features that are available, so you can watch this video to just help you get familiar with Astra the more. Now this is for posts. Now this is the option that you're going to be using. You already have some posts you have written for Medium. You can also create another post for your blog post as well. So this here is going to, you're going to see all the posts that are on this starter template. Okay, I don't think there are any posts already, but if you want to create a post, you just click on this and create a post. We're going to look at this, let's say in the next lesson, but then you should already understand how this works. So for media, if you have any media uploaded on your website, it's going to appear here. Just as you can see right here, we have a couple of media files. Now these are the media files that were installed from the templates that we installed. Now if you have any comments, you're going to find them here. For appearance, this is where we installed our theme. Now this is for customization, where you can perform global customization on the website. We're going to look at this. Now this is for plugins, where you can install plugins. Like I said, it helps you to add functionality to your WordPress account. Now user, you can use this option to add users to your WordPress. So if you want people to collaborate with you, you can click on this to add a new user. So you can add somebody, add their username, email, first name, and you create a password. And once you add a user, they receive a notification and they can sign into your WordPress account. So you can now select the role that you want to assign to that user. Now this is for tools, where you can check your site health, you can import certain plugins and other things. And for settings, this is where, if we leave, for settings, this is where you can change your site settings. Okay, you can change it. Okay, your tagline too, you can actually change it. Now this is your URL. Now this is where you can perform basic settings on your WordPress account. So I'm going to save this. Now this is something that we're going to come back to in no time. Okay, so let's head over to the site. Now on the site, we can click on edit this page. So if we want to make changes to this page, we can click on edit this page, and this is going to allow us to edit this page and change the pictures, carry out certain customizations on it. Now at this point, what we will be doing is, okay, let's head back. We shouldn't do this right now. This is not the page builder I want us to use. Okay, let me see if we have Elementor installed. If we do not have Elementor, we'd have to install Elementor. So you click on dashboard. Now Elementor is a page builder. A page builder would help. It basically makes it easy for you to edit your website. So let's head over to pages. Now these are the pages that we have here. We have the home page, the privacy page, the sample page, and testimonial. At the moment, we do not have Elementor. So let's head over to our plugins and let's install Elementor on our website. You're going to see what Elementor is basically. Search Elementor. Elementor makes it easy for you to build your website. Now this is it, Elementor website builder. I'm going to click on this to install it. You can see it has over 10 million installations. So once this is installed, what we can do is it gives us the option to customize our website using a drag and drop builder. Head back to class. Now let's allow this to install, and once it's installed, we can move ahead. Okay, while this is installing, I have a short note here. It basically just tells you what WordPress is about. So WordPress is a popular open source content management system used for building and managing websites. It allows users to create, edit, and publish content online without needing to know how to code. Now, basically with WordPress, you do not really need to know how to code before you can create your content and get to share it with the world. Now, it says WordPress is versatile and can be used to create anything from simple blogs to complex websites like e-commerce platform, portfolios, and business websites. So let's see if this is done installing. Now this is done installing. We can now click on activate. Now this is activated. So let's just head back to our note first. Now these are some of the key features of WordPress. It is user friendly. You have themes and plugins which I spoke about. It's open source. It is SEO friendly. You're also going to implement SEO with WordPress. It's also scalable, and it has a community support as well. So let's head over to the notes. So this is actually where we would have to start getting busy at the moment. So these are the pages. Okay, let's head over to install plugin. This is supposed to be active on our pages, but it's not. So let's head over to pages. And what you need to do is click on edit. So once you click on edit, you're going to see an option to edit with Elementor. Then you can now click on edit with Elementor. Once you do this, Elementor is going to display a page builder that you can use to continue your customization. So this is what Elementor looks like. So you can take a look at this, or you can just click on skip. Now with Elementor, you can customize every page and every component and every section of your website. Now you can easily click on this and you get an option to customize it. So Elementor has a lot of options, which is something we're not going to look at today. Okay, I already have a link, that's going to make it a lot more easier for you to understand how Elementor work, where you have in-depth explanation of what Elementor is. At this moment, I just want you to understand how you can first get a domain and hosting from QServer, how you can install WordPress, and how you can install your theme, how you can install your page builder, and how you can install a starter template. Now, once you are done editing, so let's say I make any changes, you have an option to basically just save and publish. Okay, so I'm going to X out of this. Now, since we didn't really make any changes here, I'm just going to X out of this. Just going to click on view page. So once you are done editing, you click on view page and you'll be able to see what your website looks like. So on the notes here, I added some links to some important links to some important videos. So what you need to do is you need to watch these videos. Now this is Let's Encrypt from cPanel. Now what this does is that it will help you to ensure that your website is secured. Okay, it has the SSL installed. Now my website, you can see it has this SSL installed. Okay, so as you can see, it has SSL installed. Now the video here is going to guide you through the process of installing SSL on your website. It's self-explanatory. Now building a website with Elementor. Now this is a video that is going to walk you through that process. So what you do is take your time to watch this video. It has all the information you need. Now this is for Yoast SEO. It's also going to show you how you can install Yoast SEO and set up Yoast SEO so you can optimize the content that you'd have on your website. And here, this is going to show you how you can optimize a single page and set up every SEO based setup that you intend to do on that page. Okay, so I'm going to share this to you. It's going to be shared to you immediately after this class, so you can have access to these links and start implementing all of these things that you've learned. It's quite a lot. I want to make sure that this lesson is short so that you can head back and implement all of these things at your end. And in our next class, if you have any questions, I will gladly attend to all your questions and provide answers to them. At that point, you should have WordPress installed already. Okay, you should have WordPress installed already, and you should be you should have a backend at this point, and you should have implemented quite a couple of things. And then when you ask me any question, you will receive answers on, if you encounter any challenge trying to set up your WordPress account. You're going to, share me your challenges, and I'll be available to answer your questions and provide support to you. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. Okay, no, I won't stop sharing. I think I'll just take you back to the notes that I have right here. Okay, and I think I'll just walk you through some of the highlights I spoke about at this time. Now let me head over to the class. Let me see what your comments are. Okay. I'm sorry about the dog in my compound. We have actually complained about it. It's they are trying to fix it, but I think what's important here is that you get to understand what we are doing around WordPress. Now, what you need to do at this point is you need to go back to the replay of this video. You need to watch it. And watching it, what this will help you achieve at first would be to get a domain and to actually get a domain and a hosting, because it is very important. It is very important. It is very important actually to have that, because once you have that, you can set up a portfolio website like this where you can send people to, and they get to see what you're doing. They get to see your services, your portfolio, which is very important, because if you want to get jobs, you want to ensure that you have a portfolio that people can see. That way they can see past histories of jobs that you have done. It is very important. Now, once you are done installing WordPress, you want to watch these videos. Okay, all of these videos are going to be helpful. They're going to help you achieve a lot. And in our next class, if you have any question, you can bring them forward and I can answer them. At that point, you would have implemented this. You'd have gotten to a point where you have actually done a lot. So if you have any question regarding WordPress, I can at that point answer, and I would also walk you through certain parts on WordPress as well on our next class. Okay, so I think I'll stop talking now so I can attend to some questions that are being sent to the chat. Okay, so I'll stop sharing right now. So let me answer your questions. So let me see your questions and let me answer them. So Omaomi is asking if there's a deadline for hosting a domain and installing WordPress. Well, there is no deadline. There is no deadline actually. There is no deadline for hosting a domain and basically having it on WordPress. There is no deadline, but it's important you start implementing it right now, because you'll be setting up a portfolio, which is very important in terms of getting jobs in the remote space, because people want to see the work that you've done. There are other ways of doing it. For having a website, what you'll be doing is going to help you to develop more skills and experience, because now you can help businesses manage their content on WordPress, which is one. You can help businesses manage their content on WordPress, and you can also, yeah, I'm done sharing my screen. So you can help people manage their content on WordPress. Come in. Yeah, so you can help people manage their content. So you can help people manage their content using WordPress. That is one which is very important, which you because a lot of businesses use WordPress websites. So if you know how to use WordPress websites, people are going to hire you to help them manage their content on a WordPress website, okay, which is very important, which is going to add to your skill set. Now that is one. I'm seeing your questions. I'm seeing your questions, and so let me see where I stopped in terms of answering these questions. Now, there is no free version for hosting. Now, there are quite a number of ways you can actually set up a portfolio. But why I am recommending this is because a lot of businesses use this, and this is going to serve as an experience. And this is your final month on this bootcamp, and it's important that you are able to do this, because it's going to be helpful to you in terms of setting up your portfolio and doing this for other businesses as well. Now, for domain name, okay, at this point, since you are setting this up for yourself as a portfolio, you can basically use your name for this, okay? So for businesses, okay, you can use the name of that business as a domain name. Now you can use WordPress to set up a website for businesses. You can use it to set up a blog. You can use it to set up a portfolio. So just like we have domain names like Google, like Yahoo, and whatnot, you can now create a domain name. Search for it if it's available on Q server. Search for it, and once it's available, you proceed and make payment for it. Now, the money you are paying, what you're doing is you are purchasing a domain, and that domain, once you pay for it, no one on the internet will be able to use it. Now, that's what the domain is actually meant for. Now, when someone that domain on any web browser, it's going to take them to your website. So you are the only one who has that domain. And the reason why you are buying hosting is because you need a place where all of your files are going to stay. So all this, you need a place where all of these things will stay. That's why you are buying a hosting account. And if looking at the summary of that payment, it is less than 5,000 naira for a month. So I believe that's not a lot of investment for you to do in order to set up a portfolio that is going to help you gain relevant experience, okay, which is really, really vital for you to succeed in this space and also help you expand your knowledge. Now, this is my own website. The domain I am using right here, I am paying about 21,000 naira for it, for this domain that I'm actually using. But then I started with the .com.ng domain. So you can start with that one. It costs less than 3,000 naira. With less than 5,000 naira, you have a website where you can practice and build up relevant experience. Now, when you watch the replay, everything will get to make sense. This is the first time that you're actually seeing this, and it's okay if it gets a bit complex. If it gets a bit complicated, you can watch this a couple of times, and with these videos, you will be surprised. You find everything easy. Now, that's why I have all of these resources here for you to implement. And by next class, if you encounter any challenges, I'll be available to help out. Okay, if you already have one, so for Mary, she's asking if she needs to create another one. You do not need to create since you already have one. So it means you already have experience on how to use WordPress. So what you just need to do is customize it to fit the things that you've learned. So what you can do is you can add a blog to it, adding the blog a blog to it where you can publish your content and you can share that as a portfolio. How do you link your WordPress account to your Facebook account? Now, what businesses do is that they add a link to their social media accounts. Now, this is mine. What I did was to add a link to my LinkedIn account. So once you click on this, it takes you to my LinkedIn account. You cannot do this with a phone. You can, but you really need a laptop in order to implement this, okay? In order to get this freedom, and in order to, because there are certain application that works well on a laptop, so you need a laptop to implement this. Now, if you have a WordPress and hosting, it means you already have experience on how to do this. So what you just need to do is you can watch through the videos that are on your notes. You can watch through this videos and basically renew your hosting server and get to implement this, because it's really going to be helpful to you. My website has been really helpful to me, because it helps me to share my work to my clients, and then it appears professionally. So it's important that you have this in order to make it easy for you to succeed. Now, Medium and WordPress, they are not the same thing. They are not the same thing. Yes, you can have multiple websites under the same domain. Now, I think we're going to look at that in the next class, basically. Now, what you need to do is to create a subdomain. Now, the installation I did for this website, it was done on a subdomain because there is a WordPress hosting on the actual domain. I don't want to get so in depth so I don't confuse a lot of people, but then you can actually do that. Now you are not paying for WordPress website, okay? You are not paying for WordPress website. What you are paying for the domain that only you would use, and you are paying for hosting, because getting a domain alone is not enough. You need hosting. Hosting is more like a house where you're going to house your files, where you're going to house your images, and every other media files or every other script that you need to install to make your website works. Now you need to ensure you get a hosting plan in order for you to do all of those things. So that's why you're getting a domain and a hosting. Well, doing this with your phone wouldn't be really efficient, so you need a phone to do it. You can use Canva for portfolio, but then you are not going to get this level of flexibility with WordPress. So I recommend you do it with WordPress, because with WordPress you're going to gain a lot of experiences that you can use moving forward. Now, there are quite a number of hosting servers. One of the reasons why I suggested Q server is because it's they serve Nigeria locally, so you can pay with your Naira Mastercard. There are quite a number of hosting providers. We have Namecheap, GoDaddy, and all. But then, if you want to use those services, unless you have a dollar card, then you need a dollar card to pay for those services. Yeah, of course. If you're setting up a blog on Wix, you can use QServer to get a domain name, but Wix itself is a service that you have to pay for. So if you are using Wix, you just need to pay for Wix and connect your domain that you purchased from QServer. For Wix, before you can connect a custom domain, you need to upgrade to their paid plan that you'll be paying for monthly. Someone is asking what's the importance of creating a portfolio. Creating a portfolio is very important. Now, how do you tell people you know how to do something where you cannot show them you know how to do something? So creating a portfolio basically makes it easy for you to show people that you know how to, do something. That's basically what it is. Action speaks louder than voice. So when people see what you have done, they basically do not have any doubts, because it is there. There is evidence that you have done it. Now, the 21,000 naira is for .com domain, but what you are paying for is .com.ng, which is 2,100. I'm actually saying this for myself because the domain extension I use at the moment is around 21,000 naira if you are buying it from a hosting provider that is in Nigeria. I've answered this. It's better you use WordPress, because over time it actually offers you more flexibility and you get to learn a lot that you can implement for other businesses. Well, for the domain, okay, um, you need to pay for it yearly. The price for .com.ng on Q server is 2,100, and that price is for a whole year. So once you pay that amount, it covers the whole year. It's only for hosting. For hosting, because of the price, we had to pay for 1 month. But for that, you have to renew it every month, or you pay quarterly, or you pay for a year, which is 18,000 naira. And it also has other there are also other little costs attached to it. There are also other little costs to it, but then I just summed it up to 18,000 naira. Now, for Abigail, it's important you have a laptop for more flexibility when building a website. Now, you don't pay for domain every month. You don't pay for domain every month. Domain on any any merchant, you only pay for any payment that you're making is for a year. It's only for hosting that there's an option for you to pay monthly, but it's important. I think it's better if you can just pay per annum. It saves you all of the stress of trying to renew your website, trying to renew payments, because if you do not pay as and when due, your website will be suspended. So you need to make sure that you're updating payments. Yeah, for the videos, now you can go back to this. You can go back to this video to basically help you get a domain, get a hosting, and install WordPress on the hosting. And on this document, which I'm going to be sending right after this class, okay, you're going to there you can find these videos. When you watch these videos, you're going to learn a lot, which is going to help you in building your own WordPress website. Yeah, someone said break time. Someone said break time. Well, I just want to take all your questions now because this session would not be long basically. So once I take all your questions, okay, once I take all your questions, we'll be done for today's class. And what you just need to do is to watch this video and the videos that are provided this on the learning material. With that, you can start building your website. And then from Monday, okay, from Monday, I can look at what you have done, or probably I'll say for Thursday. So I'll just give you 1 more week, for those who might want to actually take their time before doing this. So you have 1 week, to implement all of these things, because for you it's going to take you time to do this, because for some of you this will be the first time doing this, so it could take some time for you to wrap your head around this. So we're going to come back to this on Thursday. So next week Thursday, I'll see what you've done, and if you have any question, I'll be here to answer your questions and um, offer you guidance. Now, someone is asking, how do I start a copywriting business? Well, that's what you're doing right now. All of these skills that you're learning is building you up to become a good copywriter. Now, developing this website, which is going to serve as your portfolio, you can now highlight your work, and it's easy for you to share this website to people and then show them reference of the things that you have done. Now, I'm going to walk you through how you can set up a portfolio, okay? But for now, what you just need to do is to get WordPress installed, and moving forward, we're going to look into all of those things. Okay, someone said you have said other options are Namecheap, good at etc, but they give additional cost that is not mentioned at first when you subscribe. Can you suggest others that are global since so if you are not in Nigeria, now these services are actually global. Namecheap, GoDaddy, Hostinger. So what you can do is you can go on Google and search for web merchants or businesses that sells domain and website and hosting rather, you will see a lot of companies actually. So you can select from them, check their pricing plan, check which is convenient for you. Then you can get a card that will work and then pay. Someone said this is the first time you've heard me laugh. Well, there's actually no reason for me to laugh. I guess that's why you haven't heard me laugh. Well, yes, you can pay with someone else's card. You can. If you don't have access to a laptop using the WordPress app, you can, but you're not really going to get the flexibility you want. So it's important you start making savings to get a laptop because you will really need it, especially in this space, because you need a laptop in order for you to be efficient in what you do. So if you do not have a laptop, please start making plans on how to get one. It's not mandatory that you get, a super high-end laptop. You can get a basic laptop that has a good battery. With that, you can start. With that, you can start. Well, you can use a tablet too. A tablet has a wider screen. I think you can use a tablet. It will offer you more space for editing. It will. But then it's just important you have a laptop because there are quite a number of things that you'll be doing moving forward. Since you are in this space, you need a laptop to be efficient because there are quite a number of things that you'll be doing as well. So someone says that, so I write stories, but my greatest strength is poetry. Um, well, you can also add this to your website. Basically, you can add this to your portfolio section since this is what you do. So there are ways you can structure your portfolio and have it on your portfolio. Yeah, you can pay with someone else's card. Yes, you can post your stories on your blog, or better still, you can create another navigation. So all of these things are things that you're going to find in these videos that I shared. Okay, so you want to watch them a couple of times so that you get to understand the concept and implement them. And I believe in our next class, which will be on Thursday, you will get to understand all of these things, and you only get to ask specific questions that you might need more clarifications on. Now, if you haven't done anything in regards to your portfolio, I mean, all of us started without a portfolio. All of us started without a portfolio, okay? All of us started without a portfolio. And I'm going to walk you through the process of building a portfolio. Now, I will just give you an idea of how this works. Now, what you would need to do is simple. You need to create a project for yourself and work on it. And once you work on it, you just have it on your website and tell people that this is a project you actually worked on. It's that simple. No one knows that you didn't do it for someone. But what you just need to do is you need to frame it like you did it for someone. And once you can show it to somebody and they can see there's a structure, there's an approach, and you are able to deliver certain results, that alone is something that you can show to someone and the person can get to rate your level of expertise and get to determine if they want to take you up on their project. So let's say you are looking for a job as a content writer, and you're going to be creating content for blogs. So what do you need to do at the moment? Now we already looked at the process of setting up a WordPress website. What you need to do is to set up a WordPress website, add a blog, then create content on your blog. In your previous lessons, Mr. Dikbo walked you through the process of creating a Medium account and creating content for your Medium account. So it's the same process. Create a WordPress account, then you're also going to create blog titles. You can just formulate blog titles based on your interest and then have them on your blog. When people get to your blog, you can tell them that all the content on your blog are contents that you wrote. Now, when they head over to your blog and get to see all this your content, they'll get to read through them, and it shows them your writing style and how well you can carry out research and deliver blog content. Now, that alone is enough for someone to determine your level of experience, and it serves as a portfolio. And with that, it's a lot of resources and proof for someone to use to determine your level of experience. Someone is asking, can I use ChatGPT or Grammarly? I believe Mr. Dikwo should have walked you through all of this, how to create content, how to carry out research, how to format your content. Now, you can use Grammarly, okay, but using ChatGPT, you want to make sure that you are using it the right way. You are using it to carry out research because you want to ensure that you are creating original content. So it's not recommended that you just copy content from ChatGPT and you add it to your website. You want to also carry out some customization, especially for blogs that search engine bots would have to crawl and then rank. Okay. Phoebe says my response was helpful. That's great to know that. Now, in terms of getting a laptop, please, you can get a laptop, that has good battery. Please, having a laptop that has good battery is great. And over time, once you start earning, you can now upgrade your laptop, please. Yeah, you can include the link to your portfolio. It is actually good. I would recommend that because then people can get to read a lot about you, what you do, and other experiences that you have. Someone is asking me what is a portfolio. Interested? I would say you go find out what a portfolio is. I'm not going to answer that in this class. Someone is asking me what's a portfolio. Um, I'm still looking at the questions. If you have more questions, please bring them up. I really do not want this class to stay long. I just want to give you all the information that you need. And you can go back to watch this video once more, get an account on Q Server, pay for domain and hosting, install WordPress, and watch these videos. Watching these videos will actually help you. It will really, really help you a lot to set up your WordPress account, learn how to use Elementor to format your pages. And when we get back on Thursday, then I would look at what you have done, because then I believe majority of you should have gotten your domain, your hosting account, and basically start finding your way around WordPress. It is very important that you learn how to use WordPress because most businesses that you'll be working with, they would have a WordPress account. And as a content writer, as a copywriter, they would expect you to have experience on how to manage content on WordPress. And it's just important that you learn this. It is important that you learn how to use this. Martin says his question. Okay, Martins Damilola said her question wasn't answered. Matt, please ask your question once more. Yes, you are to start implementing this as soon as you can. So from now till next week, Thursday is exactly a week. So, that should be enough for you to sort out yourself, get your domain, get your hosting, watch this video once more, and also get to watch all these videos that I have here. Now, this is a link to a blog post, this is a link to a video, this is a link to a video. Now, watching all of these videos, you will have learned a lot, okay? And implementing all of these things on your WordPress website will give you a lot of experience. Then on our next call, I will talk about a couple of things. I will actually speak about a couple of things, and yeah, you get to ask me more questions because at that point you already experience WordPress. You already have a feel of it. Then you can ask me certain questions around places where you might need more clarification, and I'll be glad to help you out. And I think in our next class we're going to also um, look at how you can structure your blog on WordPress. I think we're going to look at that as well. Okay, Alice Mary says she has created a WordPress without domain or hosting. Now let's get back to something, okay? Okay, now let's get back to something. I think I didn't touch this on the note. So let's head over to the note, okay? Now, WordPress comes in two versions, okay? I think it's important that I make reference to this, okay? WordPress comes in two versions. We have one which is WordPress.org, which is self-hosted. So you download and install WordPress on your web server, giving you full control over customization and hosting. Now, this is the one that we just saw, where I had to get a domain and I installed WordPress into the hosting, which basically gives us full control. Now, for others that said, they already have a WordPress account, now this is what you have. You have a WordPress.com, which is hosted. It's a more simplified version where hosting is provided for you, though customization options are more limited. So for those who said they have WordPress account, what you have is WordPress.com account. So what you need for your project is WordPress.org. That is what you need. I hope that is clear. Now there is WordPress.org and there's WordPress.com. So the one that you're going to be using is WordPress.org. And for WordPress.org, you have to install this. You have to install WordPress on your server. Okay, so yeah, that's the difference. So with using WordPress.org, it offers more customization. That's why we can install our plugin. That's why we can install widgets, and that's why we can install a theme, and that's why we can install a page builder that we can use to format the website. Okay. Temitope said she understands it now. That's great. Okay, I see you are already taking your attendance. That is good. Now, more questions, please. More questions. Your questions should come in if you do not have any question. I know it can be really overwhelming. I know it can be really, really overwhelming. I know. So that's why I do not want this to be super long, so you can get back to it, watch it one more time. After watching it one more time, you can now watch the videos that are on the learning material. After watching this, it's going to be super easy for you to start implementing this. And on our next class, I can offer more clarification. So after creating your website, you can share it out to people. It's also going to be available on search engine. I'm sure Dipo spoke to you about search engine optimization, and I think I did too at some point. Now, these are ways that people can actually find your website and you can easily share it to people, which is going to serve as a portfolio, and it's also going to help you get hands-on experience. Now, moving forward, you're going to see job job posts where they said they need someone who have WordPress experience. Guess what? Because you are able to build a WordPress website by yourself, you can now confidently say you have a WordPress experience and you can apply for that job. And when you get that job, you can easily find your way around. Very easy because you already have that experience. Yeah, you're actually going to understand this. It might seem overwhelming right now. Um, Oluwakemi, it might seem overwhelming right now, but I tell you, after watching this video one more time and the videos that I have here, it's going to be super easy for you to implement this. So at this point, I see there are no questions right here, and I wouldn't want this class to be much more longer. Like I said, I did not want this class to be super long, but then it got to this point, which is expected because this is something new. So I'm going to end this class right now. So what you do, you have quite a couple of things to do. I will share this note right away. I'll share this note right away so that it can be shared on the Telegram channel so you can have access to it. Watch a recap of this video and then get your WordPress installed on your hosting account. Once that is installed, I would recommend that you watch these videos right here. Please watch them. This is going to help you understand WordPress a lot more better and get to implement a couple of things. Now, once that is installed, you would also learn how to carry out customization using Elementor. Once you are able to achieve all of these things, in our next class, I tell you, for some of you that will spend a considerable amount of time on this, you would be calling yourself a WordPress expert by then, actually, because all of these resources would help you to gain significant amount of knowledge on how to do this. I'll stop sharing my screen right away. I'll stop sharing my screen right away. Yes, please note down your questions when you start with WordPress. Please note down your questions. On Thursday, I'm going to attend to all of it. It was Q Server. It was Q Server that I used. You can watch the recap of this video. 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 You're going to see the URL qserver.com. With qserver.com, you can purchase hosting and domain, and you can easily set up your website with as little as 5,000 naira. Now, this is something that you would not get anywhere, I tell you. I'm not sure, there's a hosting service in Nigeria. I haven't checked though. I haven't checked, so I can't really say. So I've been using QServer for a while now, so that's what I use, and since they have been working fine, I just stuck with them. I'm actually stuck with them. So you can check others, but then this is the one I recommend because it's easy to use. Yeah, please do watch a recap. Okay, go back to the video once more, get a recap. That would really help out. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, at this point, let me see. Okay, please submit your attendance if you haven't done so. Please submit your attendance. Please submit your attendance. It is 8:30 already, and I'll be ending this session. Please Get on this, get on this, get on this right away, get on this right away. Thank you, Lillian. Thank you, Lillian. What I'm doing here is just to do my best to ensure that you have the necessary experience, because going out there, the fact is, going out there, you need all of this experience to be able to compete. There are a lot of people who are already in this space who have built this experience. So in order for you to be competitive, you need to make sure that you hone these skills. You need to make sure you have hands-on experience so that you will be competitive and you will be able to secure jobs as well. Are you serious that I haven't laughed on the call? Am I that serious that I haven't laughed? Well, probably, I don't know. I can't really say, but I actually laugh too. I mean, I am human and I laugh as well. You're welcome, everyone. So I see we do not have any question. I don't want to keep us here further. I do not want to keep us here any further. So I'm going to end the lesson for today, and I'll see you once more on Thursday. By that time, I'm sure you already have your WordPress website set up, and you're already familiar on how to find your way around WordPress. Do take care and have a good night's rest.